to DOdaily. Wednesday workout. It's Des here, who's looking for some midweek inspiration to keep ourselves on top form as we attack the rest of the week. I've just been out for my Wednesday workout, went over to the running club, really enjoyed getting out despite the conditions. Still really windy and wet out there. I think we're still feeling the after effects of Storm Barra. If you didn't see the video yesterday, please check that out. Of course, I was out and about in it, explaining why sometimes it actually does us a favour getting out in those conditions. A short video, so please check it out. If you like it, of course, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up, give it a like. Just trying to pass on little bits of information here that can help us, whether it is running, other activity, or whether it's just getting through. Today I wanted to do just a little bit of a catch up, a little bit of a check-in. I always say on a Wednesday, if it's not about getting out there, if we can't do both even, it's about just sort of realising where we are within the week, you know, and either trying to build on what's happened so far or trying to maintain it if it's been good. It's been a funny one for me this week. Not too much has happened. It's not often that's the case. Still feel quite busy in many ways, but because of the restrictions placed upon me because of my arm and the fact I've not done one or two things in preparation because of that, it's just starting to catch up a little bit. So I've just got to make sure that I keep my head on top of things, you know, really tried to get stuck back into what I could today, you know, managed to sort out one or two meetings, arrange and organise one or two things, and that's what keeps me sort of ticking over. Without that, you know, that I'd get to a point where I'd be really sort of battling against time, and the fact I've not done it is a little bit that's the case, but what I've been trying to do is make sure I can do absolutely what I can in preparation for when things absolutely need doing. You know, when we are sort of struggling with injury or illness or we're restricted in whatever way, it can be quite difficult to stay positive. But throughout all of this, I've been really positive. And during my run today, it was important for me to get out with a group because it was actually the route where I fell over. It's probably about 8 or 9 weeks ago now. And we work these routes in cycles, and it just happened to be the route where I fell over. A little bit tentative going through that point, but managed to get all the way around unscathed again. My arm's really sore. I think the cold is affecting it, and perhaps the running a little bit as well, but it's much more functional than it was. So again, there's lots to be positive about there. Getting some work done today, you know, feeling really positive about that. So whilst it's just been a little bit indifferent, feel a little bit tired in all honesty, feel a little bit sort of not stressed. Stressed is definitely the wrong word because I'm still really positive, but just a little bit overwhelmed, I guess, with what I've not been able to do. But only I can sort that. It's just a case of getting back to it bit by bit, doing whatever I can, and today has been one of those. And if you just feeling a bit uncertain, of course, Christmas, whilst I'm really encouraging high spirits and getting involved in things, and of course I've taken on a challenge myself of running every day until Christmas Day, you know, it can be a time where things do become a little overwhelming. People start stressing about what they should do, what they shouldn't do. Like I said on Monday, do what you need to do. You know, if things are sort of climbing on top, figure out what's important, make a list, you know, and just tick them off. Today, I had 2 jobs that I really needed to do because time was really against me. I managed to get them done, so I can take a real positive out of that. I can take a positive out of the fact I got out for another run in the midst of this streak. I'm on day 8, and also the fact I went and sort of conquered that small fear of getting through that point where I fell over last time. This is what we have to do sometimes. We have to face things head on, you know, tackle it the best way we can, you know, and come through it. And if we come through it unscathed, you know, that's progress, isn't it? And that's what Wednesdays are about. It's just coming through the week unscathed, you know. If we not unscathed, you know, just finding a way to do it that little bit better. I know tomorrow I've got to build on what I've done today. I've got to be really sort of positive, continue my streak, which always puts me in a good mood, continue to build on those 1 or 2 jobs, you know, and before I know it, I'll be in full swing again. Of course, at this time of year, with plans and invitations and parties and things cropping up on us and people asking us to do more things, do you know, I'm a little bit guilty of asking people to do that myself through the running club, but it's whatever's important to you, isn't it? It's whatever you feel you need to do, you know, to get to a position where you're feeling much better. That's all I kind of want to say today, guys. I don't want to keep you too long. I don't want to draw this out. You know, it's a simple message. I'm just checking in, saying that things aren't 100%. You know, that they've been better. They've been far worse. Don't get me wrong. I don't feel negative. I don't feel like I'm too overwhelmed, but just as a feeling of the fact I've not been able to do the things I want. You know, sometimes when we lose a bit of control, it really does bother us. But I always say, day in, day out, don't be defined by the things you can't control. There's not much I could have done about it. There's lots I can do about it going forward, and that's the message really. It's just whatever's in front of us, whatever December brings, you know, whilst I am encouraging high spirits, you know, excitement, you know, making the most of everything, trying to squeeze 1 or 2 extra bits in. You know, that was the message on Monday. I'm also reminding you that it's your time of year as well. It's a time for you to enjoy and make the absolute most of it. I'm doing the little bits that are getting me into that right frame of mind, into the spirit. You know, the activity I've done so far is really sort of picking me up. And that's it. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Like I say, do check out those from earlier in the week. Monday, I was talking about Christmas spirit and how much we need to embrace it. Yesterday, there was the benefits of getting out there in the cold. And it's been tough, this challenge. It's already, there's been days where I've not felt it. And even today, if it weren't for the running club, that adds great accountability. You know, but if it weren't for that, I'd have been struggling because it's absolutely bitter. But that's what a challenge at this time of the year does. That's why I believe in it so strongly. So, thanks for watching, guys. Of course, I'll be back with Thursday Thoughts tomorrow. If you've got any questions, please pop them in the comments on any video, any of the social media. You'll see the links at the end of the video to that. You know, I'd love some questions to come back at. And of course, I asked that throwback question last week. What do you do every Christmas Day? I've spoke a lot recently about this challenge and building up to the fact that I run on Christmas Day. And sometimes people question that. But it's part of my day now. It's part of what I do. It makes it that much better. What do you do? What don't you miss every year? What's your little tradition on Christmas Day? You know, it could be anything from going out for a run to eating a certain thing or watching the Queen's speech. You know, just looking for small ideas to try and help people sort of understand why they do what they do and inspire them to do other things and not feel bad if they do it. That's all that Thursday throwback question's about. So if you can support in that way, be much appreciated. I'll be really, really grateful. And of course, it makes the Thursdays happen. I'll be updated on my targets. You know, I'm getting through some of them. I'm getting there with some of them, it feels like. So really, really pleased about that as well. One thing I have been able to focus on throughout the last few months is myself. And whilst I do lots in the community, for the community, you know, having this time back for myself has really, really helped. So really feel like I'm on top of those. But I'll have more on that. And of course, your questions answered tomorrow on Thursday Thoughts. Until then, guys, have a great evening. Check in if you have to. Just realise where you're at and where it can possibly be that little bit better. Just doing it.